guys, did you know that you can get a loan to purchase a property without needing cash or credit? I'm gonna go ahead and roll the credits, but I will be back to tell you how. Hey guys, Carrie from Carrie Buys Houses, and today we're gonna be talking about the difference between owner financing and bank financing and some of the things you might have not considered when taking a look at the two. Okay, so when you don't have any cash or credit, you can use owner financing to purchase properties. When I first started out, we didn't have a lot of cash, we didn't have a lot of credit, we couldn't just go to a bank and get a loan, right? So we did a lot of deals with owner financing. But guess what, guys? We have cash now and we have credit, and I still do tons of deals with owner financing, and there is a reason why. So let's talk about that right now. So, all right, bank financing. So it's interesting because I'm gonna go down here to my whiteboard here. We're gonna talk about bank financing first. Okay, so bank financing. I have a mortgage loan originator friend who I was just speaking to, and it used to be that you could only get 4 bank loans, okay, 4 bank investor loans right now. So she goes, no, actually, you can get like 10 bank loans right now. And I'm like, oh, that's great. So after 10, what happens? And she's like, you can't get any more, right? It's 10. And I'm like, so there's a limit to how many you can still get. And she's like, yeah, but it's 10. Okay, but you can only get 10 bank loans, right? You can only have 10 bank loans at any given time, which means it doesn't matter how much cash you have, how much money you have, how many assets you have, you can still only get 10 bank loans. And I don't like to put limits, right, on how many houses I can invest in. So if I can only get 10 bank loans, I'm limiting myself to 10 houses, right? Okay, so that is one of the things to consider with bank financing. Another thing to consider with bank financing is your debt to income. Okay, when you take out a loan with a bank, it's going to affect your debt to income ratio because it's going to go on your credit. Okay, if you have too much debt and not enough income coming in, then you're not gonna get 10 bank loans. You might get 1, okay? So it is gonna affect your debt to income. If you go car shopping, if you take out a credit card, they're going to see all of these bank loans on your credit. Okay, another thing to consider with bank financing is that there's no negotiation really with the terms, okay? They are gonna give you the terms to their loan, their bank financing, right? Because they're lending you the money, they are running the show, they are giving you the terms. So, you know, they're gonna ask for 20% down with so much interest in a 30-year, whatever it is that their terms are, that's what they're setting for you. Okay, there's really not gonna be a lot of negotiation on your part. That takes place. You either accept it or you don't get the loan, okay? Bank financing is also going to require probably at least 30 days to purchase a new property, okay? So it's gonna take you maybe 30 days to get that bank financing because you have to go through appraisals, right? You have to go through inspections, you have to go through underwriting, okay? So what do we offer to homeowners when we're advertising our services as an investor? Well, we advertise that we can close quickly. So if we advertise that we can close quickly and we can close within 10 days, if that's what's needed, can we go get a bank loan? No, I know of no bank out there, financial institution bank, that's gonna give us a loan in less than 30 days. It's just not gonna happen, okay? So those are the things to consider with bank financing. Now let's take a look at owner financing, okay? Owner financing is an amazing tool, okay, that you can use to acquire properties. And you can use owner financing with both short-term fix and flip, or you can use it for long-term where you're holding them. I've used them for both exit strategies, okay? So owner financing. Okay, owner financing is limitless, okay? Owner financing means that the previous owner has a house, let's say, that's free and clear, and they're going to finance it to you. So they're gonna hold the mortgage and the note, so you don't have to go to the bank, you're giving the previous owner the payments. Now, is the previous owner who's now holding the note and the mortgage, are they gonna say, I'm sorry, I only give out, I only do this with investors who have, less than 10 properties with loans. No, they don't, most of the time they don't ask those kinds of questions. They don't care. There's no underwriting. There's no rules and regulations because this is a person. This is not an institution. So the amount of owner financing deals that we can do is limitless. We're not limited to just 10 loans, right? It's limitless. Okay, so the next thing to consider with owner financing is it's typically not going to affect your debt to income, right? It's not going to affect your debt to income. So you could have 20 houses, right? You could own 20 houses, all financed with owner financing, and you go get a car loan and they don't see any of that on your credit. It's not affecting your debt to income because it doesn't typically go on your credit unless the owner asks for it to, but I've never had an owner ask for it to go onto my credit, right? There's gonna be a recorded mortgage, it's gonna be on my taxes, but it's not gonna go onto my credit, so it's not gonna affect my debt to income. Oops, I'm gonna leave that there for you. Okay. All right, so that's debt to income. So owner financing, it's limitless compared to bank financing, which is up to 10 right now, okay? Owner financing is not going to affect your debt to income, whereas a bank's will. Okay, let's talk about the terms of owner financing. The terms of owner financing are negotiable, okay? Typically, I'm giving them the terms, right? That's my offer to the homeowner is here are the terms we can give you, right? So I'm setting the terms. If I want this house long-term, I'm asking for a 30-year mortgage. If I think I'm just gonna flip this house, I might ask for, a 5-year mortgage, but I'm setting the terms, right? And there's no, we can go back and forth with the homeowner, but there's no underwriter who's saying, nope, you can't do that. Nope, it has to be this, right? So you're going back and forth with the homeowner on the terms of the agreement. And then finally, with owner financing, this is a quick close, okay? This is a very quick close because there's no appraiser, okay? You don't have to do an inspection. I still would, especially if you're new. There's no underwriters, okay? So there's no hoops that we have to go through. There's no check boxes that we have to check, right? So we can close this in 10 days. If they want to move on from this property, we can close it very, very quickly. All it is a title search, a lien search, get the paperwork ready with the title company who should be able to do this deal, and we close with the owner, okay? So we don't have to wait 30, 40, however many days it's gonna take for all the underwriting and the appraisals and all that, good stuff with the banks. Now, you might be thinking, well, Carrie, bank financing is so cheap right now. It's at I was just talking to my mortgage lender, or my mortgage broker the other day. It's at 2.5% interest, right? Rates are crazy low. Shouldn't I go get a bank loan? Sure, you can go get a bank loan if that's gonna make sense, but you have to consider that it's gonna affect your debt to income, right? You have to consider that you might not be able to go get a bunch of bank loans right now. It might just be one. Okay, I'm not saying don't go to a bank and get a bank loan when rates are so low, but if I have an option between doing a bank loan or owner financing, I am always gonna choose owner financing, even if I have to pay a higher interest rate, right? Even if I have to pay a higher interest rate, because again, everything else is negotiable. So take, for instance, one of the houses that we bought for $200,000, okay? That was the purchase price. And this was a free and clear property that the owner owned. He wanted to do owner financing with us. So here are the terms that I gave him. I gave him 5% interest. And you might be thinking, but that's crazy. Why give him 5% interest? You could have gone to a bank and gotten 2.5%. Well, not on an investment loan. I might be able to get in the low 3s right now just because of special circumstances in the world are allowing me to have that to happen. But during this time, interest rates were about 4.5% for an investment loan, and I gave him 5%. I gave him more on this deal than I would get if I went to a bank. But he only wanted $10,000 down, okay? With a bank, I would have had to put $40,000 down. He was wanting, he would do a 30-year fixed amortized loan, and I think my monthly mortgage payment with him is $750 right? PITI, it's probably at, $950 a month. That's my holding cost on this property. And I can rent this property for $1,300 a month. So it's a nice long-term rental, but we actually converted it to a short-term rental and we're making like $3,000-$4,000 a month on it. So this makes sense, right? Because I can repeat this over and over and over again. This is not affecting my debt to income. This is not a bank loan where I've got, only 9 more left that I can use up. I determined the terms, so I gave him a little bit more interest, but I gave him less cash, and I got a great 30-year fixed, and the payments worked for me long term, right? And we were able to close quickly. I think we closed this in 3 weeks. And you guys, one thing I forgot to point out between the difference between owner financing and bank financing is I did not have to qualify for this loan. So remember we talk about investing in real estate without cash and without credit. And people think like, well, how can I invest in real estate without credit, right? I need credit to get loans. Well, you don't need credit to get owner financing because this is crazy, you guys, that this has never happened, and I'm sure eventually it will. But I have never had an owner ask me to do a credit score report for them, which I would gladly do, but typically I don't get asked for a credit report. So I don't have to qualify for this loan. I don't have to show proof of income. I don't have to show anything. I'm giving them an offer and they're accepting and it's done. Okay, so I don't have to qualify for it. So if you know how to put these deals together and you don't have credit and you don't have cash, it's okay because most likely you're not gonna need to have the credit to qualify for this deal. And even if you have to give the seller cash, you can find someone to do this deal with you, okay? You can wholesale it or you can partner with someone because this and that's exactly what we did, you guys. Actually, I partnered with someone. They brought the cash, we put the deal together, we split it 50-50 because it was just a deal. I just wanted to conserve our capital. We were doing lots of other stuff. I didn't want to put $10,000 down into a deal. Some of you think, that might be crazy. Some might be like, that's brilliant. For me, in my certain life situation during that time, I didn't want to put $10,000 of my own money into it. But that's okay because I'm making a few $1,000s a month off of this and I have literally nothing into it. Okay, so my return on investment is infinite. I just put the deal together, I made it happen, brought someone in, and now I don't have any cash into the deal and I didn't have to use my credit. Pretty cool, right? So, difference between bank financing and owner financing, so many things. Am I telling you not to go get bank financing? No, but what I am telling you is not to rely on bank financing. Always try to go owner financing if you can. That's it for today, you guys. If you have a house that you need to sell or you know of someone that has a house that they need to sell, please contact us at the Carrie Buys Houses website. All of my information is there. And if you have a house that you want a joint venture on or you don't know what to do with it, please give me a call. Be happy to take a look at it for you, and I will see you on the next video.